If you've been watching my guides, you're at the point to where you can farm legendary gear, Engrave of Venom, and Engrave of Curse on stage 7 on Curse, on stage 8 on Venom, with all free to play. But it's not worth farming for those fragments right now. You spend a lot of stamina, 15 stamina every run for just like 3 pieces of fragments. So that takes 2 whole runs, 30 stamina to make 1 legendary piece. And if you know how these seasons work, pretty soon we're going to be able to run those same dungeons and get whole gear drops along with a massive amount of fragments. In 9 days from now on my server, no, 10 days, all legendary drops are going to be increased. And this is really vague. It was vague in beta. It was the same way in beta, no different. So we were always wondering, what does this legendary forged material drop rate increase mean? It sounds like that they're going to increase the drop rate of just the forged material. And they do enormously. So if I'm farming 8 right now on the Harpy, Grave of Venom, you will get probably 5 to 6 fragments per run on 8 and a whole legendary piece in 10 days and 14 hours from now. That's why I say it's really not worth it. If you're farming hard and wasting all that stamina right now, in 10 days from now, if you can hold off, if you can do something else for 10 days, just bring up a lot of heroes. You need to focus on that Goblin team. We have Goblin Layer 3 open. You're trying to 3-star that. You need to be making some other 5-star heroes, gearing them out with epic gear, bringing them up. That means you're going to have to go farm some more rank up material in the domains. And that's really a much better use of your stamina currently. Unless there's an event that comes up that tells us to go farm one of these dungeons. Sure, go farm the dungeons, get that event done. We're going to get those amazing rewards from that. I'm going to wait 10 days because it was insane in beta. Whenever I ran something 8 or 9, you just got so many pieces of gear, whole pieces, and then you got enough fragments to actually go make a piece of gear. So if you look at the difference of that, you're talking about 1 run currently for just like 3 fragments, to later in 10 days, 1 run for a whole piece of gear plus fragments to make another piece of gear. Because really we're set right now, right? We don't need to get that legendary gear for anything specific. Do I have a few pieces? Yeah, there's my legendary gear. That's it. I don't have that many pieces. I was lucky enough to get 1 set that worked out, so I put it on one of my heroes. If that set didn't work out, then I wouldn't even bother putting it on her. I would just have her still in the epic gear. If we go look at everything I'm running, we've got stage 8 on Venom, stage 7 over here with all rares and commons on Curse. My Grave of Rot is only at 5, really low, and there's some great gear here, but I'm going to wait till I get stronger. Once I come back with 100s and bring them in with legendary gear, we're going to blow right through this. Plus, not only are we going to blow through that, we're going to blow through this other stuff up here to get good runes, the right side and left side runes in the legendary form, since I'm already farming 6 and I'm already farming 6 on the other one with the Phoenix. So it'll be really easy to step up into 7 and 8 once we have legendary gear. And in 10 days from now, we're going to be overwhelmed with legendary gear. The only thing that we're going to have to worry about then is having enough gold to be able to level it up. And if you haven't sold your old gear, do it. I'm not talking about epic gear, but come in here every single day. Come over here to batch sell down at the bottom, and then make sure you're doing rares, because I sell my rares probably every 3 days. And I just somehow accumulate more. I don't know if it's from quests or what, but I've got 2 here. But the other day I was making like 200,000 each time I sold all these rares. And I really need to go through and maybe sell some other ones, but I'll wait. I'll wait till I get that legendary gear, run out of gold. Then when I have enough legendary gear, I'll look back through my epics. I'm going to keep a lot of this epic stuff. Keep a lot that I leveled up and keep a lot that maybe have high resistance, high crit rate substats, ones that I can mix and match with the legendary gear, the good pieces. I'll keep all of those, but we will get a lot of gold from here. So currently, that's my plan. I'm working on my Goblin 3 team, which is doing okay. It's not doing that great. I'm telling you, this is hard. The Goblins are tough in here. You need a really well-rounded team. Lots of AoE, somebody in the front that can hold themselves together. Currently, I've got her in the front. I got old man Vedimir in the back. He goes Frost Spect, which Frost Spect main character, the adventurer, does crazy damage. It doesn't tell you this, but on his battle skill, the middle skill, it's an AoE. Look at his gear. Look at his damage. Look at his damage numbers at the end of a run. You'll see what I'm talking about. Frost Spect 1. You would think he doesn't do a lot because he's sitting there protecting your team with those ice shields, but he does. He does a lot of AoE damage, way more than you could ever imagine. So I'm trying to go for like a Frost Spec here, but I eventually want to go to a Poison Fire Spec. But right now, I'm stuck kind of in the Frost because I have a lot of Frost. So I'll turn him over to Frost. Try to get everybody that 3-man bonus in Frost. I could also go Necrosis somebody. And then later on, this bonus is going to be very important. It's going to be really important to start making teams later. We don't have to worry about it right now. After we get that amazing gear, we start really doing well in Goblin Lair. I do have a quest up here to get Goblin Lair 3 stage 2 down. I can only 2-star right now. I got to 3-star this and I'll be able to complete that. So I do want to work on Goblin Lair because I'm running it a lot. I'm trying to bring up other heroes in the game. I got to go to the domain so I can rank up some other ones too. So there's still a lot of things to keep me busy. And I'm not really in the mood to farm epic gear because I know in 10 days from now, it's going to be blown away with the amount of legendary gear that I'm going to get for just doing some, a day of running through there. I'm going to have so much legendary gear to look through. I think I've gone on enough about all this. This is my account. I'm still leveling up my rares. These rares are able to do all the dungeons to get me gear. Now I'm actually going to start focusing on some epic heroes. Whatever epic heroes I have that are going to work well, I'm going to level those epics up so that I'll have them later on when all these world bosses come up and anything else we need. Because we need a lot of heroes right now, actually, for the Fey Meander, for the trials, because the trials are really hard, and we need it for story mode. So it's really nice that we can switch now from doing dungeons and worrying about dungeons. I've got those on lockdown with all my rares, and now I can go battle all that cool stuff to where I need heroes that jump behind the back line, to where I need heroes that do a lot of control, stun them, freeze them, lock them up, all those fun heroes that we didn't need to do for dungeons. A lot of heroes that we can actually have fun with in PvP as well. So it's kind of cool to break those out and see what they can do. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you going to wait 10 days? Can you wait 10 days to get just so much more gear per stamina spent? Let me know. Appreciate your time, guys. I will see you all in a video soon.